Good evening, and it's another beautiful Tuesday. Yes, it's a terrific Tuesday, and we thank God by His grace we are still surviving through this pandemic. Yes, coronavirus. But my girl vibes is it. Yes, in every Tuesday evening, via 9 p.m. That is the new time for Girl Vibes, and I think this is the 3rd episode. Into CC by now. Or which that every Tuesday 9 p.m. And then so another topic now we are live on Facebook at eTVGhana, yes, Echo Facebook Live. And I in the work of Facebook and on GoTV, so your channel 177 on GoTV. Naturally, in here live at eTVGhana to join Girl Vibes today on eTV. My name is Mercy B, the Kofi Princess. Yes, and so you have a screen though. You're watching train come on, and on conversation I ever having intino. You were rep from Marie Stopes, yes, a legal medical center, channel, open and commercial a year busy. Wagana Hana we are naming in Aza. One of the legalized medical centers that was yes. Mary Tay, yes, she is the clinical advisor for Marie Stopes Urban and Komaya Rochichinwa today. No Hiankasa womb and Tindano, yeah, Butchichin Communi. And I also have a songstress here, La Missy, Wofia, and Tindan Commonaze, Numube GC Ankasa, Evia, Urban Day and Fanyum Kakam from Sanders. Surprisingly, Evia, yeah, but my lyrics kaka. Mary, Akaba. Yes,
thank you.
I don't know, mommy. If I trouble to Mr. But it's okay being a girl. Let me see. Akaba.
Yeah.
Me only, you're fine. And you're about to come on. And the discussion I ever have, you're about abortion. Abortion, as it be today. And Baby Brinara was sure there, so we'll go through that situation now. Was sure for there, or but voice out, or by expressing one who I chunk for that. This is what I'm going through. Into was sure papa, but then the about to chunk on na ye effect of it. Na seru komukra, ni power day to me ben ho, nangin too much trust in there. Oh, America me, abortion ya America have it. All in your bias, some ben now. Obotum wabo mamako through the right procedure. And so you can also join this conversation through WhatsApp. Yes, join the conversation on 020-2222-054. 020-2222-054. In few minutes, no, Marie do WhatsApp messages and getting to the latter side of the discussion. You be we ahumana to know so it's my friend. Na akawajen naza go through in case there is experience be that time I have in naza go through enya no hu bi another bibi dam sha no so ye be kasa wa enti Mary wa hey na wa sana a clinical advisor wo oye Mary Stopes no yes on the best as na wa any definition on abortion na nkomo no yes ashishado word enti Mary, welcome again.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Sure, I was actually missing you. It's me who artwork now producer Kaderi baby. I say, wow, like you are the best person for this discussion. Now I miss you the word and I'm so, it's going to be a perfect discussion. But last week in into me and we are humanantum and into my pick of course. But then does it will be a humanantum pa mo biano question be or biano. Yetum na yano examine. And to start off with that, yabama my hand what definition on abortion nekaka nature years and common ashado.
All right. So when we say abortion is basically the loss of a pregnancy before the fetus is viable. And then in Ghana, if we say viability, that's 28 weeks. So in layman's terms, 7 months. So we are pregnant and then the fetus comes out before 7 months, it's termed an abortion. It can be either induced or spontaneous. So induced is when you yourself do something, you take in something or you undergo a procedure to let it come out. And then spontaneous is what we all call a miscarriage. That's when it comes out on its own. Yes, so simply put, that's what
Abortion.
Mean when we say abortion.
Okay. Until let me see my phone so definition.
Maybe you see a medical terms.
I'll know my fun today. I mean now being the lay person, no. Definition. So
I
what do you
think abortion is getting rid of a pregnancy or terminating a pregnancy deliberately.
Okay.
Yeah. For a reason, like
for
deliberately,
reason.
yeah.
So
because minimum say miscarriage, you know. I don't know, since Mary or Hannah, she will help us know, but
sure.
in my opinion, abortion is deliberate, like oba efayifuno, and then what deliberate like what should I say or say, you know.
Okay. Now obi bakada yinsani yaza obi kra bebra ho ansa na wenya enti abaze potena ejunde oba ha obi anade obetuma course obi ma waye na adwende oh ma fayifuno but me koyego.
I think a lot of factors, for instance, financial difficulties. We have a five or share situation at that time, no. I will be living healthy life. Empo say akora empo ba obetimi asha akora no ye. And now obinso for instance, ya rape woman no she can't live with that for the rest of her life because anytime baby want akora no, it reminds her of that pain, no. And Akorano senior do age you can't hide things from Akorano for forever. And then like incest and so because and I know of a family that the lady's husband impregnated her niece, so they had to cause an abortion for that. And being so on so I feel on you stable mentally, physically, emotionally to go through the whole 3 trimesters of the pregnancy internal. Or feel or abort here. Ebe saving a lot and then career. Go on a career now school. Or for let's say be a pregnancy, you know, or if she keeps the pregnancy, I won't me in school and I say career no ebe limiting no to achieve certain things no. And some people too medical conditions no simply doesn't support them carrying a baby and it must be a corano. Wow, fufro and a one year way too early. Medically, it might not help the baby baby now. To me, in my opinion, that's the reason why some people cause abortion.
Okay. Mary, Mama Bro, our clinical quality advisor or Mary Stopes, the Oil Legal Medical Center. We are some manning in our jatum, then one open abortion and contraception. More advice, even procedure nankasakra monamoye. Mostly in Crawford Bamoa, our advice in some Bennett today, or your reasons are into onam do be bay day or obey abortion.
All right. So I think Lamisi has covered quite a number of them. But then to add on, there's also this social and societal pressure on young ladies. So for instance, I mean, we've all heard the born one.
Yeah.
When you get pregnant and then you have a child out of marriage, and then that tag is put on you.
It's even difficult for you to get a man to marry you with a child.
A problem. And so people don't want to go about with that title, and so she had rather terminate the pregnancy and wait till she's married until she has a child. I mean, when sorry no. We have
the churches too.
Yes, your child will sign. And what's the term? So you're meant to sit at the back of the church. If you want to have a wedding, you can't have the wedding in the church, or you can't put on a veil. And so a lot of ladies don't want to go through this. So they would rather terminate their pregnancy. So you see, it's so funny that people are having sex, but because of this societal pressure and how we tag them, you know, we are hiding it, and so when the evidence comes, everybody wants to hide it. Like we are all good girls, but I mean we all know it's out there. And you see, abortion is so close to us. It's very common worldwide. If you take 4 pregnancies, out of 4 pregnancies, 1 ends up in an abortion. And see, let's look at these churches some years out. Count the number of women in those churches. Like clump them into 4. Out of 4, 1. So just count the number. And so some of these societal pressures are what pushes women to that. Poverty also plays a role here. I mean, you have somebody who has so many children, is struggling to feed them, and then there's another one on the way she's not ready for. I mean, she has. I mean, the many that are already there cry. another one ever become.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no support from anywhere, so she would go ahead and then terminate the pregnancy.
Is it legal in Ghana?
The $1,000,000 question.
Yes.
And so abortion is legal under certain conditions.
What are the conditions?
Yes, so I'll talk about the conditions. But before I get there, I also want to talk about who is doing it and where it's being done. And so when you look at our abortion law,
but let me remind our viewers today on chair we'll go through abortion or any experience and her story with us and then from her angle no you bring your questions maybe film. But we are also streaming live on Facebook at eTVGhana, and you can also send us your WhatsApp messages, all your questions about abortion on and they are discussing. Mary, back.
Yes. So in Ghana, abortion is legal under certain conditions, and the first one is if the pregnancy is as a result of sexual offenses like rape, incest, like Lamisi said, and then if how do you call it? There is risk to the life of the woman who is pregnant, or if there's risk to her mental and physical health. There's legal grounds for her to terminate that pregnancy. And then the third condition is if there's a substantive risk that this child you are carrying, when it is born, it will develop or later on suffer from some serious physical abnormalities or disease, then the law allows you to terminate such a pregnancy. So yes, abortion is legal under these conditions. And I said earlier on that even if these three conditions are met, for it to still be legal, the who and then the where is being done also comes into play. And so the law says that it should be done in a registered health facility. It can be either public or private health facility, but that facility should be registered with the regulator. I think in Ghana, the regulator is HEFRA. And then who is doing it should be a qualified, trained medical personnel. The Ghana Health Service lists which cadre of health personnel can't perform abortion. And so all these things must come into play for you to have a legal abortion in Ghana.
Okay. And let me see. There are some funny, let me go back, way back to secondary school. Yeah, or high school, no. Now, otubia, sabewa mes me bimuwa yenumpo. No, ya sefim kaka. Instead of going to those approved centers now, what's the, this one is approved by, you know, the government or authorities, or in place, no. People end up doing some funny things. They'll be out of some fear. Be now nankasa wa fanukukum na wa advice and no. A bit more crack on when I young for the advice be or what, you know, was about my one a bit more crack bottles and and some baby. I know here. What are some of the things that you being, you know, a lay person, no, at a tia and you know, do too?
I think, sir, it all boils down to education, because lack of education, people don't know where to go in the right place. Because abortion, I personally don't support it, but under certain circumstances, it needs to be done. So that education, is not there. And then, also the health facilities, some of them actually, they are so mean. When people go there, there are so many. And you know, before and back in secondary school, it wasn't something that now, like Mary Stoops, that time it wasn't all over Ghana. And you know, you have to go to the health facilities, hospitals, and then you know, it was mainly the public hospitals. And you know, you might meet someone who knows someone who knows someone, and then it ends up that everyone here, because abortion, abortion, and then that's so. People think that, okay, they are trying to do it in a confidential way, and they end up harming themselves. Yeah, some of them are able to get through it successfully, but it's still not the right way to do it. So in secondary school, I mean, we had a lot of stories, people, and someone even died out of abortion. She lost her life because she took in some medication and it harmed her, and then she lost her life. So a lot of stories happened way back in secondary school, because abortion was like, it was a huge crime, a huge offense back in the days.
Talk about it.
Yes, yes. So I think that education wasn't so much. We didn't have much information. Yes.
But what are some of the things or influence or be or her? She's sound-minded. She how in a cry. Even there are those opportunities she's safe when it comes financially, another baby dempo. But nipa bi dem no still obeying say, but obey na agenda, obey abortion and not baby dem. And a bit cry, they come under the influence of the man. Se bengin a ingen wo ho. Or ingen fire for na se bengin baba catch your day. At this point in time, I'm not ready. Should that be an influence for a lady to go through abortion?
I don't think so, because as a lady who is sexually active, you should have a mind of your own, because it's not rape. So if you have a mind of your own and then you are with a man and pregnancy comes and he tells you he is not ready, and if you are sound, I think you should have a mind of your own that's okay, I can still take care of it. But it boils down to what Mary was saying, society and family, the stigma, you know. What people will say that if you are pregnant without married, they go like, oh, that's what people will say, forgetting that most ladies are doing that and they keep aborting it. But you decide that, okay, if the man is not ready and I think I'm sound financially, I can take care of myself, take care of the baby, why not? So I think for you to obey a man who is not ready, and if you are ready, I don't think it's right, unless you are personally not ready as well.
You mentioned you do na you try no kakra ewa na ya ba you about the stages of edu on pregnancy period to my abortion. It's yen try no kakra na yen breasts here. Yes, welcome back. You're watching Girl Vibes right here on eTVGhana. And yeah, discuss about abortion. One very difficult thing you find to talk about. But and then it goes through, it happens. Oh yeah, as I and see, do sometimes in life, where when they easy, there is no option that would be the best for you. And you know, ye pedes a baby be answer, Miss Mo here and Sebea, you should go through the right places that you'll be safe because we care about your life. And you know, ye will rep from Marie Stopes, the way legalized medical center that is being approved, urban abortion, where woman education and on contraceptives and so and then Mary Taylor, you know, she's a rep and a clinical quality advisor from Marie Stopes and all my advice ningina. And I also have a musician, La Missy, no so songstress, or hankasa ningina no year. But answer na year try no La Missy make he comment to be not today. Mary I imagine up a dog come home baby kakra. And so now you go through stages now, and Mary.
Yes, so I wanted to talk about who can give consent to have an abortion. And so even though partner involvement is encouraged, consent should come from the woman who is seeking the abortion service. And so if the woman thinks, I mean, she's okay and she wants to have her baby, that's totally up to her. If she wants an abortion, the consent should come from the woman and the, how do you call it, not necessarily the man involved.
Okay. Before we continue, no, I have a lady. Okay, I think the line now dropped, so we will come back to her. We'll get into connection with her then. And this is Mary, remember back to you. Urban abortion, we know pregnancy at 9 months. At which month, another which stage, and now okay, menga young lady no one not doing to menga in trying to naturally member back to you. Hello, lady.
Hello.
All right. Good evening, and I hope you're doing well.
Good evening. I'm fine.
Okay. Will you feel comfortable if I mention your name, or you'd like to, you know, keep your name safe?
No problem. You can.
Oh, okay. So I think the name is okay to mention. So Naomi, at a man
Yes.
and they made the platform ning in Aramo. Now, embrace a crabim, the mum, the chanito. What happened and what, convinced your decision? As a young lady, no, watch when they abortion. And at what age? Na damazana.
Um. Well, my first abortion was on a tender age, around I think 20, 24, 25, yeah. So yeah. Um. So yeah, it was around 25 years, and I was just confused at that time. I was really confused and didn't know what to do. So yeah, I considered abortion.
Eka confused that naturally, me, but confused
Like
in what sense?
confused in the sense that I was thinking of what my mom would say, what my dad would say, because nama wo baako dada, so I was just thinking about what people would say and all that into, to consider abortion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so yeah, in February dodo ahini.
Oh, that's like that should be like 5 years or 6 years now.
Did you go to a medical center that is being approved?
Yeah, I did. I did. And one thing that I realized in that hospital actually is that they didn't actually give me any advice. You go and then you'll be like, you want to go to the theater or you want it by pills.
How was that experience for you?
It wasn't easy because I was just confused at that time, and I felt like if the woman that took care of me or attended to me spoke to me, I would have made that abortion. I wouldn't have done it yet, but because I was so confused, so I had to do it, and yeah.
Do you have any regrets now for what you did?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because I'm a Christian. Okay. When I think it there, I'm a Christian, and going into Christian, I now realized that I made a big mistake, which was wrong of me to do. So, yeah.
So what advice will you give now that you've been through and then saying you've seen Christ and you regret doing all this?
The advice I'll give any young lady out there, your listeners, listen to me, is that, just assume your responsibility when it happens. There is no such thing as a perfect man, So, and I want to, if any parent is listening, they have to be there for their children, because most of the times we just don't know what to do. We think about what mom would say, what dad would say, and all that, and we end up doing a whole lot of things, and it's not good on society. So yeah, I would say if they do it and pregnancy comes, they should hold up their responsibilities, and trust me, they will be fine.
All right. Naomi, you better was see bebre one bra and the enya na here na chushin komo.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Mary, my member, I hope you heard everything that she said. And now she has seen Christ, that kind of Christian thing, and she has regretted. But lucky Nora Kade honors it or go through, medical approved center. No, so I think she feels safe now. And with the exception of the Christ aspect, I think she's fine and has no regret on that side. But regretted there, being a Christian, she has regretted. What do you have to say on that one?
Yes, so I know we all have personal values that, affect us with some of these things, not just religious, but then social and societal values. So it's a personal choice. So I know for our Christians, the Bible speaks against it, and so for them it may be kind of a holdback if they really need the service. But you see, at the end of the day, it's a personal choice. So one of the things that we do is for people who want to have an abortion, we take them through counseling first. I mean, we talk to you, we allay your fears, find out the reasons why you want to do it. There are some people who, after counseling, decide to change their mind and keep their pregnancy. There are some people who also want to go ahead and terminate their pregnancy. So at the end of the day, it's up to the woman involved. The choice is totally up to the woman and her comfort level. If she feels comfortable doing it, that's totally up to her. If she doesn't feel comfortable to, that's totally up to her. But like I said, we take them through counseling before the procedure is done for them.
Let me see. At some Naomi Kenning, that will be careful.
I don't know, but when it comes to spirituality, you can't really tell whether the person is wrong or right. So, since her spirituality tells her it's a wrong thing, well, but if it solved the problem for her as a then that's it. So just like Mary was saying, it's a personal thing. If you think, okay, I did abortion because I knew I wasn't ready for it. I had a child already as a young girl and I'm pregnant again and I don't know what society is going to talk about me. And maybe for all you know, the first child is it depends on her family. She and her first child depend on her family. So having a second child again without being married might be another problem. But if afterwards she have regrets because of her spirituality, well, I have nothing to say
about that one. Now let's come to the stages. We know pregnancy takes 9 months. Every, you know, man can then cry pregnancy or healthy and I be with them 9 months. Now at which month no you save for a lady to have abortion?
All right. So earlier on when I was defining abortion, I said it's up to 7 months.
7 months.
Yes, it's up to 7 months. Anything after 7 months is no more abortion. It's like normal delivery, just that it's earlier. That's what we call premature, preterm. Yeah, so anything up to 7 months is termed abortion. Now, when we talk about it being safe, it's not. We should actually consider where it's being done, who is doing it, and the method that is being used, whether the method is appropriate to the number of months that the pregnancy is. That's when we should be worried about whether it's safe or not, and not necessarily how many months the pregnancy is. Of course, the earlier the pregnancy or the how do you call it? There's a smaller gestation is quicker, less painful as compared to one that is more advanced. I hope you are getting it. But then otherwise, once you go to the right place, the right person is doing it for you and is using WHO recommended methods to do it for you, then you have a safe procedure, irrespective of the number of months that the pregnancy is.
What are some of the effects of unsafe abortion?
Of unsafe abortion?
Yes, unsafe. Because right, so, you were saying 7 months. So when somebody decides to go in for maybe after 7 months or something like that, and before even that, Nokra, how can you say that an abortion is unsafe?
All right.
With the exception of maybe not going to the right, medical center.
So for you to have a safe abortion, according to WHO, one, it should be done by a trained person using WHO recommended methods. Then you have a safe abortion. And like I said, if you look at the legal context in Ghana, it should also be done in a registered facility. Now, for us to say that you have an unsafe abortion, there are two types. We have a less safe abortion and a least safe abortion.
Well, less and least.
Into unsafe and categories. So for you to have a less safe abortion, it means these two things that I mentioned from WHO, one of them is missing. Either the person doing it is not a trained person, or the methods that they are using for you is not a recommended method, or the method is not in accordance to the gestational
So what are
age.
Some of the dangers?
Some of the
dangers in there.
Dangers
for unsafe abortion.
Of unsafe abortion. And so you can have excessive bleeding. If you have an unsafe abortion, one of the complications can be you can lose a lot of blood. With then you need blood transfusion if you don't get it in time. it can lead to death. You can also have infection. So if it's not done at the right place, if it's not done properly, you can also have infection from an unsafe abortion. And what we all fear a lot, there can be scarring in your womb, which can lead to infertility. And so these are some of the dangers of unsafe abortion. However, if you do a safe procedure, you are free from some of these complications that can come back to worry you. So it's always advised to follow a safe procedure. Go to a safe place, have it done by a qualified person.
Okay. Can it affect your menstrual cycle? Because the last time you were here, we spoke about menstruation, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's quite true. So you see, after having an abortion, it's just like having a baby.
Okay.
So your menses definitely has to return. But after an abortion, your menses should, how do you call it? Within the first 80 days after an abortion, you can ovulate.
Okay.
Yes. And you know, menstruation comes 14 days after ovulation. And so we are looking like 3 weeks, quarter, 1 month after an abortion, you should have your next menses, all things being equal. And so if after that you are not having your menses, you need to go back to see your health provider to see what is going on there. But Messi, here's the funny thing. And so we preach comprehensive abortion care, which means that you don't just have an abortion, but then you also have other services like post-abortion contraception, which we always hammer on. But some women will not take a contraception after an abortion. And so right after the abortion, there's sex. Again. And there's another pregnancy. And so she's sitting there waiting for her next menses. Meanwhile, there's a new baby nicely growing there. And so in as much as abortion is legal and you can have it done well, it is always good to take a post-abortion contraception in order not to find yourself having another abortion immediately after the first one.
After the first one. So let me put this question this way. We know it's painful. I mean, looking at some of tools the crowd will use, no scissors, how do you call that scissors? And looking at all those things, we see it to be very, painful. Now, our first one. Then now when I enter now with some group so now sounds like I could be for sex. I mean,
all right. So first of all, don't be too scared by some of the things that you've seen there. There are some of them which are quite outdated. In fact, now the methods that WHO recommends are very safe and simple. So for instance, some of the things that we used to do the termination for are just plastic, like suction. And so those days where we do the DNC, those scrape your womb, those things are over. And so if anybody is doing it, that is not a safe procedure. That's quite a dangerous.
Messi, I have a question. Can I?
Sure, you can.
Okay, so Mary, what happens that some women go in for abortion and then it's done successfully and they come back home and they realize that, okay, there's another baby in there. It was twins and then it was just one that was taken out.
Wow, does that really happen?
Yeah. and so every medical procedure comes with some risk and some associated complications, which during the counseling that I spoke about, you are told of. So some of these things, but like I said, if you go to a qualified person who knows what they are doing, they will do it rightly for you. However, any medical procedure you do, not just abortion, surgery, anything, there are some with some associated risks. And so one of the risks of some of these procedures, that you can have what you just said, it's called retained products. So even though some of the pregnancy is taken out, there can be some still remaining. And that's why it's always good to go to a good place, because a good place will always give you follow-up care. A good place will give you their contact number. They'll tell you what to expect when you go home. If you see this, come back or call us. And so when you go to a good place, they tell you about these things to expect. So if you experience something like that, do come back or call us. It's only when we go to the quacks that sometimes we end up having these things at home, because then we are not even given the right information. There's also no follow-up care. And so back to the issue about the pain. Yeah, the pain. Before the pain, let's go for a breather. When we come back, we get to talk about the pain and also read your WhatsApp messages. I've seen a lot of questions. I'll ask Mary, and then Lamisi is also here. Let's go for a breather. We will be right back.
confirmed these reports, secretly filming Thomas sell multiple loads of PPE inside the hospital. Protective coveralls for 600 cedis, $105. On another day, 9 sets of coveralls.
That one is good to the workers, the nurses.
Is it the same type?
Yes.
Is it the same type of?
The same thing.
Okay.
Thomas seemed completely at ease, unconcerned about selling off this life-saving medical equipment in plain sight within the hospital. And then he sold us multiple face shields, equipment that medical workers have been crying out for.
So you go, let's go this one. Then you put another one there.
The total bill came to $450. Renowned surgeon Dr. Hadi Abdallah has faced a lack of PPE while treating COVID patients.
It's unbelievable. This is so bad.
He was shocked by our findings.
If you look at the face shield, my head of department tried on his own to try and create some for us. And apparently we had some in the country and people were selling it. Like that's wickedness. Every 2 weeks the president makes a statement, tells the public how much PPEs they have contributed towards the fight of COVID. And we on the ground never saw it, and we kept complaining.
More than 2,000 medical workers in Ghana have been infected by coronavirus.
We work in a system where people were told that they had to manage with 2 or 3 masks for a whole week. If they can be so callous and wicked like that, knowing that when health workers don't have this protective gear, they are putting their lives and the life of their families at risk. I think they don't deserve to work there, and I think they should be severely punished by the law.
We put our allegations to Thomas, who admitted he had sold PPE. He claimed he did it for personal business, that the goods did not belong to the hospital, and provided receipts for the items.
It's sad. In fact, it's very, very sad. PPE is yengim the coronavirus bear. Abaniwa krada one from brand do ayati, and still yet today doctor will nurse because of coronavirus. Nasa bimo so wabo one timu pode dam yerba hu ya beya yengi na yerisu hu obafa hu was a make his kaza ye will croma. Mary, I want a medical person. It's a mamunto mana for we take on this whole thing and us expose us about on PPEs medical workers. Why you wanna join there? Was about for staff no one's what one was a discussion when go to.
Yes, it's sad. I mean, it's really sad. This video has saddened me. And you see the people involved are not direct frontliners. Okay. And so, like, they are sort of
careless,
and then the frontliners have to suffer because of this. It's really sad. Really sad. I mean, during the lockdown, if you look at frontliners going up and down, having to work, even for us that we don't provide primary health care, we still have to work because it's, I mean, sexual reproductive health is still a need, especially during the lockdown time. And then people are going to provide service, and you do this to them. I'm not always seriously.
Once a year, after the lockdown, abortion rates in or hospitals.
I haven't had time to compare the figures yet, but I can tell you that when the lockdown occurred, we had to close down 2 of our clinics in Accra.
Why?
I mean, because of the whole restriction, we had to. How do you call it? Cater for our staff as well.
Yeah. But after the lockdown, because people were left down home, not working and all that.
When the clinics opened, Messi, as at 6 p.m., we closed at 4 p.m. As at 6 p.m., providers were still there because people were just trooping in.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so this is how much the lockdown affected, I mean, how do you call it, sexual reproductive health, because it's still health care. And I mean, people had to go, how do you call it, their contraceptive methods were due and they had to renew.
Yeah.
And
I wish we could talk more about it, but I'm bringing you into my main reading my WhatsApp messages. Also, good evening. Can someone get pregnant after having 3 abortions? That is his or her question, but I'm finishing. But it's Mary, our clinical advisor.
All right. So if you have a safe abortion, you see, there's the thinking that abortion causes infertility. The moment you have an abortion, you are going to be infertile. You can't give birth again. But a safe abortion does not cause infertility. And so if you have a safe abortion, you can always get pregnant again.
Okay.
If you've had it 3 times, I would however advise that do not have 3 abortions. If you're having a lot of abortions, it means you're not ready to get pregnant. So take a contraceptive method.
So you don't even get pregnant. Okay. Emmanuel Awule from United States of Kissaman. Good evening. I think I love today's topic and God bless you all. Abortion is one thing our leaders in this country doesn't like to talk about it at all, especially pastors and churches sees it like the most leading sinful thing on earth. But most of the female youth are aborting to the... Oh, Charlie, how can you use this? I don't want to read this one, but... Oh, yeah. I will next time send a message. I would like to join your program if possible, please. You didn't add your name. Okay, I'll leave your number, okay, so that my producer will contact you and know what you want us to share. Hi, this is Grace from Nkoko. I have had 10 abortions, all at a qualified hospital. I want to know if it's going to have an effect on me in the future. This is what Grace is asking.
All right.
10 abortions.
So, Grace, so you've had 10 abortions at I think they're qualified, you mean a registered facility.
Yeah,
so I'm sure you're having a safe procedure, and that's why you are able to go back 10 times. You would not have any effect. However, please take a contraceptive method so that you don't continue having abortions. It's good to take a contraceptive method if you are not ready to get pregnant now. Okay.
This one says, dear, I am Dasibre, needs your calls very urgent today. Please, very soon we'll open the phone lines. Don't worry at all. This one says, Mercy, nice program. Thumbs up to you. But I disagree with Mary for saying having an abortion is a choice for the woman to make. Abortion is a criminal offense and can lead to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 5 years per section 58 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960 at 29. And per the same section, that's section 58, subsection 3 of the Act states that a person who intentionally and unlawfully causes abortion commits a second-degree felony. Yes, there are circumstances under which abortion is legal, and some of such situations are incest, rape, and co. But that does not make unlawful abortion a choice for ladies. Rather, sex education should be intensively done for the young ladies so they won't fall in a situation of taking unlawful decision.
Yes, so yes, abortion law.
People have started calling.
So abortion law is found in Act 69, Section 58, as he rightly said. And I think I mentioned earlier the conditions under which you can have a legal abortion. I think he even also mentioned some of them. Now, the how do you call it? The consent for an abortion should be given by the woman. Like I said earlier on, it's also in the same act that he quoted. There's nothing like unlawful abortion if you follow the conditions that I mentioned earlier on. Yes. And so for just to add a little bit to the consent issue, if you have a woman who lacks capacity to give consent, the law makes provision for her next of kin to give the how do you call it, consent, or what the law terms as local parenting, somebody who can stand in for the woman.
Okay. And this one says, please, what kind of counseling do you give to people who want abortion? His name is Gabi. Let's go for a break. When we come back, Mary will reply your message for you. Okay, so Nabi more from our WhatsApp line. Welcome back from that short break. Ain't mommy activating my phone lines and Nanya come from Cecilia. So the phone lines are on your screens. You can call me now on 05556572778. 05556572778. Cecilia from Nayancho Chunkomon Pacho. Men for a WhatsApp line or the mama number or screen or Auntie from CCA. Mary Taywaha, she's a clinical quality advisor from Marie Stopes. And Lamisi, songstress, yes, a beautiful black skin girl. No so her. And the advice no record, and actually Lamisi saw her was a normal opinion on it. And so, also, brain. My phone lines are activated 05556572778. And from CCA and I enter Chunkomo. But answer na able to break, no very bisa about the kind of advisor as a man for so all centers that were pay abortion.
All right. And so for any woman who comes to us for an abortion service, you are first taken through counseling.
Okay.
And so you see the whole stigma that comes with abortion and the fear, a lot of women come in already, they are shaking, they think that they are going to do something very scary.
Yes, I think I have my first caller on the line. Hello, caller, your name and where are you calling from?
This is Emmanuel from the United States of Kitterman.
Oh, Awule, I hope you're doing well.
Good, I'm fine. Sorry for that kind of words I use on your TV.
The WhatsApp message,
but
all right.
Sometimes irritate a lot. See, before I go on, I want to ask the medical person in your studio a question.
All right, Mary, go ahead.
When somebody comes to you first, say like let's say a female, she came that first time was mistake. She aborted. Second, abort. Third, fourth, will you continue to be allowing that thing to happen to the same lady? Second one, I mean, you see, education on this abortion thing doesn't happen in this country at all. It doesn't happen. Right from our churches where I belong to, we don't talk about it. We see, like I said, we see that thing as another thing. They don't talk about it. So most of the ladies don't know. They rather go to drugstores and get medicine for themselves to take it off. So this, I'm very happy about this topic. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. And thank you for calling. You can also call me, though. Phone lines are activated and the numbers are on your screen. And you able to for numbers, no questions, another opinion. Added to today's discussion as Ama. And Mary, a better answer will any question. The first question was on the number of abortions and but first, second, third, and he said as first question.
All right. So our quest is to provide safe abortion,
Okay.
and we believe that if it must be done safely. And so if you don't provide the safe one, look, when a woman is pregnant and she wants to terminate her pregnancy, she will go through heaven and earth, even if it means she should do it unsafely. And so we believe in providing the safe option for her.
Okay.
So like I said earlier on, we do counseling, and one of the components of our counseling is on post-abortion contraception. And so if you walk into our facility once, twice, 3 times, we counsel you to take a contraception after the abortion, and it's actually free of charge.
Okay.
So we provide free contraception with every abortion you do, free contraception. But Mercy, we can't force you say chinchina take a contraception method. It has to be your choice. And so yes, we believe in not failing women. Already, if you are pregnant, you don't want it because you didn't have a contraception. We've already failed you. We as a system, as a nation, we failed you. And so we don't believe that you go and then come back again. So we always tell about contraception. But like I said, we can't force that one on you. And so if you want an abortion, we will provide a safe option for you, because if we don't, that person is going to walk to the next Joshua Dry. I don't know if you remember that story. That person is going to walk to the next quack person. It's going to end up with complications. May even end up losing their life. So in as much as we don't encourage that you keep on having an abortion and we tell you to take a contraceptive method, we can't also turn you away to go to the wrong person to do the
risk your life
for you. And so, like you said about the education, it behoves on all of us, the churches, the schools, to all do this education. Contraception education, in as much as we are preaching abstinence, we should also add contraception to it so that they don't even come to us in the first place.
Okay. Let me see your final words and then we wrap up on the show.
Well, I think abortion it's not something that I endorse so much. Besides those that have special reasons that needs to go through that. So just stay safe and then read more about it. You know, read more about contraceptives and everything sex. Once you are sexually active, you should have all the knowledge, information.
People were complaining that when it comes to the advocacy of abortion, now it's not allowed out there. Being a musician, will you ever take it upon yourself? They be a and you're a girl as well. Be, you know, to educate. I think you can put that in plans if you don't have that.
Well, I think it's doable. It's doable.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. But before we wrap up, let me remind you that on Global Media Alliance Broadcasting Corporation, that is YFM, eTV, and Happy FM. Yes, this month is our insurance month. So if you want to join this initiative, Insurance Month, we are going to teach you about insurance, you know, in terms of emergencies, the kind of things that you have to do if you have an insurance company working with. I mean, you're going to be safe. So make sure you join us, and then, you know, you tune in every morning till evening on all our platforms, YFM, eTV, and Happy FM. But if you want to join this initiative, if you want to be a sponsor, you can call us on 02022222095 or 024-288-4571. Let me give a shout out to Daniel, yes, or your #1 fan when it comes to girl vibes. And Mr. Danlate, last week, on my next sweet wife to be, my law student, more Bahade may get some education on this. And let me say a big thank you to you for watching. And please stay safe. Coronavirus, you've been a blessing to all of us. Let me say thank you for coming. And catch the repeat on Saturday at exactly 6 p.m. Follow me on Instagram at Mercy_B and follow us on YouTube. Yes, able to watch any now we're in YouTube at eTVGhana. Echo YouTube. I watched a number of times to be aware a pedestrian. My name is Mercy B, the Kofi Princess. Do stay safe until we meet again next week. And thank you to the entire crew. It's a bye for now.